Hi, good morning. This morning I thought I will share my points of view on what I call as the Bermuda Triangle, a miniature Bermuda Triangle in one of the fisheries harbors built by the government of Kerala in a place called Mudalappuzhi or Perumathura. Well, this fisheries harbor has earned more anti-laurels or negative rewards because of the number of lives lost due to mishaps while going out to the ocean in fishing boats or coming into the fishing harbor. Well, when you look at all the fishing harbors in the state of Kerala, for example, right from north in Kannur all the way down to Viഴിഞ്ഞം fishing harbor, one difference, outstanding difference this Perumathura has is that the breakwaters are built parallel to each other and obviously perpendicular to the shoreline. Well, definitely there should have gone into the design and a good deal of thought, research, and experimentation. However, obviously, because of this rising number of casualties and excessive sedimentation along the right of way into the harbor, I always suspect that our brilliant engineers missed some important points or many important points. One of those, what is the present status? Present status is the littoral drift transports huge volumes of sediment not only to the southern side of the breakwater of the harbor but also into the right of way or gateway. We have to keep in mind, like for example, the Neendagara fishing harbor or the Kayangulam fishing harbor, which predated the Perumathura. They have a funnel shape. The tail of the funnel, in both cases, points to the west. In other words, the gateway or entry point into the fishing harbor is actually narrow compared to the harbor itself, the right of way to the harbor. Well, it makes a good deal of sense. And my stunning surprise is, in spite of these functional harbors, in Kayangulam and in Neendagara, our esteemed designers never looked at the history or the design basis of Kayangulam or Neendagara. Well, that is probably the reason, or there may be other reasons, I don't know. I cannot claim that I know all the reasons that went through the minds of the designers, but in making the breakwaters parallel to each other and perpendicular to the shoreline. And one of the things I obviously know is most of our engineers are those practicing engineers, let us say, are those practicing oceanographers. They are clueless about what is called the dominant littoral drift in the Kerala coast. Unfortunately, it is a fact of the matter. And therefore, what is net result? There is severe erosion downstream of the beaches all the way down to Kovalam headland and the littoral sediment moves without uninterruptedly, without any interruption during the monsoon heavy wave activity days toward the north, and there is a dam like structure, the southern breakwater. So it accumulates there. Well, the energy of the waves and the littoral stream is still very much abundant. And then, in order to compensate for the energy, it needs to erode something. And it cannot erode the breakwaters because of the very sheer size of the individual pieces of rock used. Then, on the other hand, on the northern side of the breakwater, the northern breakwater of the fishing harbour at Perumathura, there is erosion. So, well, that is the current status. And what happens because of the sedimentation taking place within the channel or even at the gateway because of the parallel alignment of the breakwaters, so many people die. So many mishaps happen. That's why I call it a mini Bermuda Triangle of Kerala. In other words, is there a solution? Now, of course, the government is thinking in terms of at least making announcements that they are going to redesign this, redesign that way, etc., etc. Excellent, no doubt about it. But I have a suggestion that one of the ways we can stop northerly migration of the sediment due to the littoral drift during the monsoon season is to build a battery of groins on the south side of southern breakwater. In other words, this battery of groins will function as a sediment trap and will promote deposition of sediment brought in by the littoral stream. Well, what is the net result? The sediment that is headed toward the southern portion of, or southern side of the breakwater of the parallel, one of the southern side of the parallel breakwaters of the Purikaras or the Mudalappuzhi harbour, that will not receive as much sediment as it is happening now. The sediment is the culprit. Sediment deposition in the gateway and sediment deposition along the channel or gateway to the channel, connecting to the harbour gets shallower, and during the monsoon season, this process is very fast. However, ordinary human eye is not able to perceive the bottom changes during the monsoons. And I'm very sure that, the way the groins that were built in the 1930s in order to protect the Chilakkur landing and the Parvati Puttanar south of Papanasam or Varkala as it is called. Like that, if we are building, if the engineers or the government or the advisors or the technical advisors advise the government to build a battery of groins south of the southern breakwater, the present day rate of sedimentation in the channel and the shallowing of the channel and the consequent disasters, human life sacrifice there can be reduced very much. So, that is my point. In other words, there is nothing much can be done about the existing breakwaters of the harbour. First and foremost, the building breakwaters parallel to each other, that was a gross error on the part of designers. Suggestion to build to a pair of breakwaters which are parallel to each other, that is a gross mistake, or maybe that is a scientific fallacy that unfortunately now it has become what I call as Bermuda Triangle. And it is the responsibility of the government as well as the society to get rid of the black name or the infamous name of Bermuda Triangle, as I call it, a small scale Bermuda Triangle,